Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and we are back on the range today. We're not shooting rifle today. Today we're going to take a look at a little piece of history, which when we take a closer look, everybody's going to say, oh, that's a 1911. Kind of. So, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Y'all grab some coffee, or if it's later in the day, a good adult beverage. Sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Well, at first blush, one might think that this is a 9mm bullet, but it isn't. For comparison, there's a 9mm bullet next to it. That's a 9mm. That one is a 38 Super. Now, 38 Super predates the 357 Magnum. At the time, 38 Super was the most powerful handgun cartridge because it was actually punching through the doors of the 1930s sedans, and that was like heavy metal, not tinfoil like cars are nowadays. And the bad guys really flocked to 38 Super, and that caused law enforcement to ask for a more powerful cartridge, which then developed into the 357 Magnum that the coppers could shoot out of their revolvers and have equal firepower to the guys running 38 Supers. The other day, Mr. WhoTeeWho did a piece on his Yamaha 45 that he picked up, and I commented, well, I had a Yamaha too. This one is in 38 Super. This one is from about 1943, just before the Germans overtook the Yamaha plant in Spain and started making weapons for the Reich. If this had been made a couple months later, it might have had Waffen stumps on it, but it doesn't. And give me a second, I'll break out the other camera and we'll take a closer look at this one. And then I put together some 38 Super ammo last night with a 124 grain bullet, and we're going to see what the Chronograph, and then we're going to shoot them on the steel a little bit, and we're going to give the new flashbang magnets a try under some hard hitting ammo and see how well that new magnet that viewer Bill sent me works out. I think they're going to work out great because they stood up to a heck of a hammer hit. So now we'll take a little bit closer look at this 1942, late 42, early 43 Yamaha 1911 knockoff in 38 Super. If we look down the side here, it's definitely got a thin blue job. I mean, it's well worn. It's seen its days, and I don't know if it's going to show up, but it says caliber 38 Super automatic right here. And then it says it's the Yamaha Especial. It was imported by Stoger Arms at some point in time. And we look over to this side, and it says Yamaha Gabilondo y Ciavitore España, caliber 9mm 38. So that's how they marked 38 Super. It has all the same controls as a 1911 slide stop, the slide stop plunger, safety lever, magazine release. I mean, everything right down to the beaver tail and mainspring housing looks like it would swap right into 1911. Got the same kind of bushing and plunger, recoil spring plunger setup just like the original 1911s. If we drop the slide, take a look down here. Instead of a pin, the mainspring is held in with a screw. Got a little bit of a flare to the front of the grip frame. Got the kind of hammer that will bite you if you're not careful. It'll get you right up in between that beaver tail and that hammer spur. But what drew me to this right away was that ribbed barrel. I had never seen a ribbed barrel on a non-competition gun. I had to take a look at this, and as soon as I saw it, it was like, okay, yeah, it's obscure. That needs to live in my safe. So I bought it. And I've had it for a while, and I shoot it once in a while. Never bought any ammo, but I've made my own. We'll talk about that in just a sec. The magazine looks like just your standard, typical 1911 magazine. On the bottom it says made in Spain. It's actually a pretty nice magazine. Very demure. As I said, never bought any ammo, but I've made my own ammo. And today we'll be shooting some 124 grain jacketed hollow point, being pushed by, I think it's 5 grains of Vitavori N320, which should be, according to Vitavori's numbers or data, should be giving us close to 1175 feet per second, maybe 1180. What we'll do today is we're going to put a few rounds over the chronograph, see how they run, and then we are going to go down range, and I've got my piece of steel down there. We're going to shoot a little bit of steel. We'll see how it shoots on the steel, and we'll see how the magnet holds the flashbang in place. So give me a little bit to get things set up, and we will start the chronograph test. So we'll bring you right back in a moment. And before I run down to get things set up, I don't know what is happening here. My secondary GoPro just shut off while we were filming the gun, and I put the secondary GoPro off to the side because I was done with it, and it just turned on. Something weird is happening on the range today. I don't know what kind of interference we're getting, but it's actually turning the GoPro on and off without any input from me. Very strange. We'll try this again. Let me go get things set up. I'll bring y'all back. That was very weird. I went to turn the camera on, and somehow it was now set to burst. I don't believe I've ever shot on this bay before with these cameras, but weird things, they are happening. Okay, before we drop that, let's get the chronograph set up, and we are good to go. We're going to put 6 rounds over the chronograph, and we're going to see how fast the 124 grain 38 Super ammo is running. Here we go. $10.99. So a little bit slower than Vitavori said. $10.80. $10.89. $10.94. $10.78. And that one was a little bit slow, right at 1,000. I did not weigh every charge. I just dialed the powder measure in close and loaded them all. So, actually not bad. Average speed of 1073. Those just a shade over supersonic, and we'll see how hard they bang that steel and if that magnet holds up. Let me recover my brass, and we're going to go forward and shoot on the steel. Alrighty, let me get my ears in, and this will be a good test for the magnets holding the Caldwell flashbang on the steel plate. Let's see how this works. We got 6 rounds loaded. We're at the 15-yard line, and those sights leave a little bit to be desired. Well, look at that. That was a high hit. Sights are way high. I'm going to have to aim low because that could have, if I'd have been a little bit left, would have taken out the flashbang. Wow. I am actually aiming below the target. Interesting. I think it held in place, but I think it moved. Let me go check that flashbang. So the magnet held, but it was starting to slip after repeated hits up close. I went ahead and moved the flashbang to the Velcro because we're going to shoot it from a little bit further back, and I want to see how well the Velcro holds up. Should hold up fine, but ultimately I plan on using the magnets on steel plates for rifle at much longer distance. So I don't think there'll be too much issue with them staying attached, because it held up to getting hit here up close. So we're going to move to the 25 and try that again. If I got to aim low at the 15, I'm going to have to keep aiming low at the 25, I'm pretty sure. Okay, got our eyes on, got our ears in. We're at the 25-yard line. And now we've moved the flashbang to the Velcro I have at the head, and I'm going to aim at the very bottom of the steel plate. Ooh, caught that one right at the bottom. I must have flinched a little bit. When I'm in the middle, it rings nicely. So the Velcro works pretty good. I think we're going to put the flashbang in danger, and I'm going to try shooting from the 50. Let me get set up, and we'll move back to the 50. Alrighty, well, here at the 50, it's going to be a crapshoot on whether or not I can hit the plate solidly. If I had to aim at the bottom from the 25, I'm going to try aiming at the bottom here from the 50. That's a miss. Where am I going? Come on. There we go. I'll have to watch the footage close, but I think I was going over the top. Maybe not. Holding at the bottom, I'm hitting bottom. Let me load up and try 6 more. Yeah, because I can see 1, 2, 3 low hits. So maybe I don't need to aim quite so low at the 50. Let's see. That one went to the side. That one went to the side. I jerked the trigger. There we go. I'm going to have to show you all the sights on this to show you what I was dealing with. Okay. I can ring steel with it at 50 yards, standing offhand. I'm not too terribly ashamed by that. I'm going to go shut down the target camera. I'll bring y'all right back. So we're going to take us a quick look at the steel, and we'll talk about the lovely sights when we get back. I'm going to say maybe it's a good thing I moved the flashbang. So, my very first shot at the 15-yard line was right there. And I was aiming right here. That's when I said, ooh, we're hitting high. So at the 15, I was aiming here, and we put them in here. At the 25, I was aiming here, putting them here, except for the two that I kind of jerked this way. At the 50, I was aiming right underneath here, but I hit kind of here and here. And I said, well, maybe I'm not quite so high from the 50. I brought it up a little bit, and then I went 1, 2, 3, and 4 at some point from the 12 rounds I shot back there up here. And with the flashbang mounted here with the magnet, that shot could have put some hurt on it. Yeah, I'll have to watch the footage closely to see where I missed, because I should be able to see it out here in the berm somewhere. Pretty cool. Old gun still shoots not too bad. And when I go back, I'll show you how atrocious the sights are. Okay, we're going to come out here in the sun. The sights are kind of small, and if we get in here in the bright light, we can see how shiny they are. They're very small and very shiny. And it's really hard to get a good aim point with those sights. But we did what we could. Well, there we have it. Just a quick little video on my 1942-1943 Yamaha 1911 copy in 38 Super. This gun's what, 81 years old. Sights have leave quite a bit to be desired, but you know what? This little puppy will still ring the steel. It's nice to have the ability to roll my own ammo so I don't have to run to the store and buy some. Fortunately, I had all the components to make some. So, I really appreciate y'all hanging with me. I hope y'all enjoyed this short video. I had fun making it. It was nice to break the gun out of the safe. Hadn't seen the daylight for a while. I've got others I need to do that too. I've been spending a little too much time playing with rifle and not doing enough pistol stuff for y'all. But with all that being said, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay strapped or get clapped. Get a CCW if you need one. Carry everywhere you can. If you're in a constitutional carry state, no reason not to be carrying. And I would recommend getting a CCW anyways. You never know, you may travel. Not everyone recognizes constitutional carry. I shouldn't have to say that, and hopefully soon I won't have to. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I really do. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing if you haven't. Once again, just a quick reminder, subscriptions are free. I appreciate it if you do. If you don't, that's cool too, I reckon. I appreciate you watching. That's the big thing. And so until next time, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it.
Hit.